is my shepherd, I shall not want. Hello and welcome to my YouTube cooking channel. My name is LaJuan Jones. If this is your first time to the channel, please be sure to hit the notification bell when you subscribe. Today we will be making a favorite holiday dessert, red velvet cake. However, this red velvet cake will be made a little differently than usual. There are people in my family who cannot eat chocolate. That therefore will not have any cocoa in today's cake. However, it will still be very good. Watch. The ingredients for our cake include 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of sugar, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 cup of oil, 1 cup of plain yogurt, a half a teaspoon of salt, and 3 tablespoons of red food coloring. The ingredients for the cake frosting include 8 ounces of cream cheese softened to room temperature, 4 cups of confectioner's sugar, 1 stick of butter softened to room temperature, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and pecans for garnish. Be sure to preheat your oven to 325 degrees and also grease and flour your cake pans beforehand. I'm whisking our 2 eggs and then I'm going to add them to the sugar and we'll whisk this together very well. Next, I'm adding in the 1 teaspoon of the vanilla flavor. And we'll mix that. Now we'll add in our 1 cup of yogurt. Also, our oil will be added, and we're going to continue to mix all of this very well. We're now ready to add the red food coloring. And again, we're adding 3 tablespoons. And this is the last of our liquid ingredients to add. Mix well, make sure it's incorporated throughout. In a separate bowl, we will add to our flour 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and a half a teaspoon of salt, and we'll mix all of this into the flour. Make sure all those ingredients get mixed all the way through your flour. Now we're ready to add the flour to our cake mixture. Add in the flour a little bit at a time, mixing as you add. And as you remember, we used yogurt in this recipe, but if you'd rather not use plain yogurt, you can substitute that with buttermilk. Be sure to mix your ingredients very well, scraping from the bottom and scraping the sides. Oh, that's nice and smooth now. So we're ready to add the mix to our pans, which we've already greased and floured. We're ready to put the cake in our oven, which we preheated to 325 degrees. Depending on your oven, the cooking time can vary anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes. I'm going to put this cake on about 35 minutes. We softened to room temperature the cream cheese and the butter, and we're going to cream that together. After creaming this, we'll add in our powdered sugar. Add in a little sugar at a time. Now, after mixing all of those ingredients for our frosting, our final ingredient is to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And we'll continue to mix that in. Our cake is finished. I let it cool for about an hour. Now I will frosting the cake. If you prefer, you can add the pecans to your frosting to get the pecans throughout. But for this cake, I will simply add the pecans on top. This is the final red velvet cake. Doesn't it look delicious? It tastes delicious too. If you'd rather not make your own red velvet cake, I'd be happy to make it for you. Just contact me at LaJuan0523@gmail.com. Have a blessed day.